Yeah, I think the two things I should really point out there is one, partly my diagnosis was kind of the spurring point for that. When I was told there was literally nothing the system could do for me, that at most it could extend my life by a month or two. Even the immunotherapy they ended up giving me. So they gave me what in the US you guys call Keytruda or pembrolizumab. I had quite a low PDL1 score. So one of the markers they used to see if it's going to be effective or not. And they actually thought it would only increase my life ever so slightly a month or two at maximum. So a system essentially gave me permission to be a bit wild with these things because it had no options for me. And by giving me no options, it forced me into creating my own because, well, I'm an extremely stubborn human being and I'm a little bit rebellious by nature. I come from a family full of redheads and we all know they're crazy. So for me, there wasn't another option than to fight this to find another way through. And then I suppose the other sort of part to that is because I was suffering with so much grief, with so much other sort of pain going on at that point in time. We also had a Great Dane puppy that we had to let go because I was in hospital. My partner was recovering from lung cancer surgery. She couldn't lift anything, even our children, let alone take a 70 plus kilo dog for a walk. And I wasn't here. I was hospitalized for weeks and weeks on end. So we had to take our dog back to the breeder on the 7th of November. All of this happened very, very quick time. So I had so much anger and so much grief that using that to fight against the system just seemed logical at that point in time because, logic and anger don't really go very well together. And I had a lot of it built up. So who else do I fight but the system itself? So yeah, I wouldn't think a lot of people think to go this route, mainly because the system normally has answers. And normally there isn't enough frustration built up to just say, F this, I'm going to do this. But
yeah,
I had two little boys at home to survive.
Yeah, and so that I want to get into that. Obviously, we're past 11 months, so I want to get to, I guess kind of talk a little bit about time, but let's stay here for a second. So you got 11 months. Obviously, we're past the 11 months at this point now. So you kind of took a different path. What does that look like in terms of? I mean, because we're here now, right? What does that look like in terms of going outside of the typical healthcare system?
So, where to start and what to focus on? So, I suppose to start with what that entails. So, I brought on an integrative oncologist. We use my next generation sequencing in order to basically map out a plan of medications. I then, excuse me, I then layered in a naturopath who's a brilliant lady called Dr. Randa King. Layered in the two of them together, having spoken to hundreds of people in this space because the two of them spoke my language. They were the sort of people who, instead of going, this is what you need to do, it was, look, this is where we're starting from. You tell us what you want to do and we will jump on this ship with you. It was we will be part of your journey. You tell us what you need, not do this because I said so. And I was fed up of do this because I said so. I had an oncologist in the NHS doing the do this because I said so. This is the fear I'm going to put you under and blah, blah, blah. So I needed people who were going to support me, who were going to hold me up.